All right, so everybody, you should all have one of these. This is the Momentum Workbook. We are reviewing lesson 1 in Momentum. All right, lesson 1, the numbers don't lie. Industry average is 50% of the people that are coming in the door get hired for an interview. The masters is closer to 40%. So 40% of the people they interview get hired. So 40% of the applicants, 60% don't even get to come in the door. Then 60% of the people they interview don't get hired and make it to orientation. So this gives them a total number of new hires of about 17.5% from the total number of people that applied for work. They're literally hiring 1 in 5 applicants coming through. And the other thing I love about this too is look at the actual numbers. So the industry average, this is something that many of you can compare it to. You may have had 250 people apply last year for work. You may have had 130 of them come in for an interview and you only hired 65. Well, again, look at the masters. They had 825 almost, right? 8.25 caregivers apply for the job. They only interviewed 330 of them. And they only hired about 150 out of that 330 from that 825-ish, right? And so just take a look at that as you're going through. Now, something that, and this is where I love partnering up with Annalise, in lesson 3, if you want to make a note for yourself, with Annalise, make sure you're on that class live, because Annalise goes through this entire process of the attraction of caregivers, the selection, which is your interviewing. We really can't have too much control over who's going to apply, but we have a heck of a lot of control over who we select for the job. And then she's going to go on over the actual onboarding process. So it's like attract, select, onboard, and she does an amazing job at it. So make a note for yourself, lesson 3, that's when Annalise is going to go over how to really, really refine some of the numbers that I'm saying there. So just for all intensive purposes, if I wanted to hire 100 caregivers, a number that you should be shooting for is approximately 575 applications. I've already done the math on this. That's why I have it written out for you. So goals for yourself over the next 12 months, September of 2021 to September of 2022, I want to have 575 applicants coming into my organization, because I know if I do that, I will be able to hire 100 caregivers for my business.
The big challenge is, where do you find those 575 qualified applicants? You know, if you're a state that requires certification, you may have 700 applicants, none of them are certified. That's not really helpful to your business immediately.
I was to say that, and that's the reason why you're here, folks. You know, next week is all about recruiting, and we're going to talk about alternative ways of recruiting, some old school things, some things that we've never even thought of or done before, and what some of the outcomes are of those, and then going into lesson 3 with Annalise, again, talking about the attraction of it. So now that I know I got this goal in my head, all right, if I want to hire 100 caregivers, for every 100 caregivers that I need, it's 575 applicants. Now that's the number based on the master's average. If you can improve upon it, or your statistics are better, meaning like that 17.5%, right? If yours are able to be better than that, then great. But it's got to be, as Annalise said, you got to have the right processes, which she'll go over with you in lesson 3. So, but retention is everything as we continue to move forward.